fun people, today I want to explain how Shifu failed to be the Dragon Warrior. You see, recently I listened to the audio commentary for the original Kung Fu Panda film, and I was shocked to hear the directors explain that in their minds, Shifu grew up hoping that he would be chosen as the Dragon Warrior.
Shifu, spent a lot of his young career probably hoping to be the Dragon Warrior himself.
Now this makes so much sense, and I can't believe I never thought about that before. It seems so obvious that in his youth, Shifu would have had the aspirations to become the warrior Oogway had been waiting hundreds of years to find, especially since through the series The Legends of Awesomeness, we're shown that Shifu's life began in a similar way to his own son Tai Lung. Shifu was abandoned on the steps of the Jade Palace by his father and was taken in and raised by Oogway. Shifu would have spent his childhood learning about the Dragon Scroll and the legend of the Dragon Warrior while he was being trained in the art of Kung Fu, and it probably seemed within his grasp when he was declared a prodigy. Shifu assisted in the construction of the training hall, he served as a member of the previous Furious Five, and he was a loyal student, so it makes sense that Shifu would hope that he would one day be chosen to take on the responsibility as the Dragon Warrior, but that day would never come.
And it wasn't until, he believed that he failed or believed he wasn't good enough, didn't believe in himself, which again is thematic to the film, that he became a teacher.
The reason Shifu transitioned into the role of a teacher was because he felt forced to once he embraced the reality that he would not become the Dragon Warrior. But he hoped that through this new path he would be able to achieve glory. When Shifu found Tai Lung in a similar position that he had been left in, he immediately saw himself in his son. And when Tai Lung's natural aptitude for Kung Fu was revealed, Shifu became obsessed with the idea that Tai Lung could be the Dragon Warrior. He hoped Tai Lung could be his path to honor, respect, and redemption. But Shifu's desire to be the person who unleashed Tai Lung's destiny corrupted his teachings, distorted his role as a father, and stripped Tai Lung of his childhood. Instead of being a patient, thoughtful, and compassionate presence in Tai Lung's life, Shifu's love for his son became tied with his own aspirations and goals. He couldn't see Tai Lung for who he was because he was only focused on becoming the creator of the Dragon Warrior. Tai Lung came to believe that the only way to make his father proud was by manifesting his dreams. He thought he had to do anything that was necessary to become the Dragon Warrior, or else he would never earn his father's love.
I loved you too much to see what you were becoming. What I was turning you into.
Of course, when Tai Lung was inevitably not chosen to be the Dragon Warrior and he went on the rampage that led to his imprisonment in Chorgam prison, Shifu once again felt that he had failed. But instead of reflecting on his mistakes and questioning whether he was on a path to find peace, he remained committed to finding and training the Dragon Warrior. When he found Tigress in an orphanage and discovered her raw potential, he brought her into the Jade Palace. But he didn't show her more patience, understanding, and love than what he had with Tai Lung. He instead emotionally withdrew even farther with his young new student because of his past traumas.
Shifu loved Tai Lung like he had never loved anyone before. Or since.
The truth was that Shifu continuously struggled with feelings of grief, sadness, and rage. He hated constantly feeling like he had no control over his world, and he unfairly put the burden of creating peace in his life onto the students who were depending on him.
Do not fail me.
While Shifu resisted believing in the students who would form the Furious Five, when the time came for the Dragon Warrior to be decided, he had become convinced again that one of them would be chosen. But of course, none of them would be the Dragon Warrior either, and Shifu once again felt like a failure. The ceremony to select the Dragon Warrior was Shifu's last opportunity to have one of his students be selected to fulfill Oogway's prophecy, but none of them were destined for that burden, so he was again devastated.
Oh, the day you were chosen as Dragon Warrior was the worst day of my life. By far.
Shifu was convinced that given enough effort and resolve, he could have some influence over who was meant to be the Dragon Warrior. But those were false beliefs that he had to confront.
The Panda will never fulfill his destiny, nor you yours, until you let go of the illusion of control.
Shifu was measuring his life in a way that didn't align with his own destiny. Tying his self-worth to his ability to control who was chosen as the Dragon Warrior was a futile task.
He thought, I'm going to raise the next Dragon Warrior. I'm going to create the Dragon Warrior. So Shifu's been on this track of, I failed at my mission, but Oogway's no, there's a greater mission for you.
Shifu and the students he raised were not meant to be the Dragon Warrior, but that had nothing to do with Shifu's worth. He was the greatest kung fu teacher in all of China. He was meant to be Po's master. He was supposed to train the Dragon Warrior. But to accomplish that destiny, Shifu had to let go of his desire to control the universe, and he had to believe in the one true Dragon Warrior.
Once I realized the problem was not you, but within me, I found inner peace and was able to harness the flow of the universe.
Fun people, if you enjoy the videos I create, please consider supporting the channel and going deeper with the community over on Patreon, which is linked down below. Over there, you can get exclusive weekly live streams with me, early access to new videos, and the ability to chat in our community's private Discord server. And finally, I'm Isaac Carlson. Thanks for watching, and have a magical day.